wetlands.
Because they're gonna have to go to, the time you don't wanna comment on is after it's gone out to notice DEM or
Right.
whatever. This, I think this one goes to DEM, not to CRMC. I think it's north.
It does.
North of Eldred Avenue is DEM and south is CRMC. So DEM's a little different than CRMC on it. They probably won't require the 3-foot boardwalk over the wetland. They might, they might.
I don't know.
You never know, they might have
Right.
talked. But that's where we should at least look at it, delineation, so we make sure that.
The bike path will be constructed entirely on town property. It will start within the disturbed area of the spillway, then head easterly past the south side of the reservoir dam, then continue within the right-of-way of the historical road east of the reservoir and onto the existing maintenance road on the town property north of Eldred Ave. No biological wetland will be altered, and all improvements will be consistent with lessening the impacts of the existing maintenance road to the adjoining wetlands. The existing gateway maintenance road within wetlands south of the reservoir and that section of the existing maintenance road east of the reservoir located within a seasonal intermittent stream bed will be abandoned. So basically what we're doing, I don't know if you can see from here, Chris, is this is a stone wall here and here,
Right.
and this is the wetland.
Yeah, there's a drainage that runs down the hill there.
It can be driven on, and we have decided not to use this as part of the path, but to come up to
Go
here.
between the walls.
To go
That's
between
smart,
the walls
that's
and
smart.
completely
Yeah.
leave that alone.
And then come out of the wall up the hill.
And they come out of the wall of the hill,
Yeah.
so that is the wet,
That makes sense.
so we're going here in between the two stone walls, which is the ice road, I
Yeah.
believe it was.
Have you seen that, Carol?
I don't know if you can see that, but this is right now, if you go for a walk there, you walk here.
Like a
And
stream.
we're abandoning.
Probably all eroded, probably eroded after
Eroded,
that last
correct.
storm, probably pretty bad.
But we're not gonna use that
Okay.
or fool around with that at all. I don't
Okay.
know if anybody else.
Do you know who has that map? Can you get that from Bob, or is that does planning have it? Lisa, you're smiling. You're smiling. Does that mean we can't get the map?
I have been asking,
I think you should ask
you
Bob.
may need to turn that thing off, but I have been asking for that, for me to get a copy of that map.
Of the wetland map?
Yeah,
Or
for,
we'll just ask for it.
Yeah.
And if you have trouble getting it, I'll get it.
that's what I was gonna ask you to do, because.
Because I think it's
I'll get-
something that we can't, the last thing we want to do is to be objecting to the project when it goes out to notice.
You'll understand
So it's
this
gotta-
when
oh, no, I know.
when I say, I'm told conservation doesn't need that.
Right, and that's immediately sends a red flag up to me.
Okay, so I'm asking you for a little
Yeah,
help on
okay.
getting that, because I've asked probably 4 or 5 times now.
All right, we'll try to get the map. Yeah, no, as soon as that.
And I will
happens-
continue to ask.
As soon as that happens, the red flag goes up, it's like, wait a minute, why won't they give it to us?
Yeah,
They
well,
feel we're gonna,
how-
I just think it's only prudent that the conservation commission.
Oh, I agree
reviews it.
completely.
We probably know the wetlands better than anybody else in
So
town.
if you want to jump in on
We mean in
that,
this
I would
group.
appreciate it, okay?
We have wetland scientists on board here, like
Yeah.
Carol, and, people that understand wetlands, who can at least review it. So if there are any modifications that we'd recommend before we have it
Do you know who
publicly.
did the wetland delineation?
Gifford.
Yes.
I think Gifford did it. Same people did the water treatment plant. So, yeah, it'd be nice to get that. All right, I'll try to get that for the
All
next
right.
meeting. I mean, if I don't get it from them, I just go to DEM and get it. Or I get it from, I can get it from, Bruce will get it from.
Okay.
It's not, it shouldn't be a big secret. Anything
Thank
else,
you.
Kate, on that?
That's it.
Okay.
So we're all going to be there on the 17th to see what the council says about this.
So basically, you're presenting this part of the plan.
Right, the first segment is going to, and we are looking for approval.
Okay, okay. You're looking for approval. okay.
Correct,
Because at that point, if we don't have,
17th is Monday.
correct.
right, so it's always possible that,
Council approval, that's what we're
well,
looking for.
I mean, what we don't want to do, and it's something we could do, is we could ask them to not approve it on the 17th because we haven't had a chance to review the wetland map. And that's why we have a liaison on the Conservation Commission, so, okay. And that's what they,
I need you to weigh in on that, Chris.
Bob won't be happy, but that's okay. That's what we have to do, we have to do it. If we don't have a chance to review it. That's what our job is. Okay.
Planning,
Planning.
I was not, I was at a
Okay.
commission, yeah. But
Okay.
I'm back on.
Okay. All right, Eagle Scout projects,
Well, excuse me, Bob, the
Oh,
only,
I'm sorry.
Bob, Chris, the only thing I wanted to say is when at the last meeting, I had presented that survey that went out
Right.
And it was on the planning commission site after that meeting, and there were a number of conservation things on the survey, and things exploded
Yeah,
for me.
Lisa asked me about those, and she read them to me, and I made a couple of comments. But
Okay,
there was, she was trying to get it
I didn't mean
finalized.
to drop the ball
No,
on that.
there was nothing there that was really, I thought
Upsetting,
was
okay,
now, or
okay, fine.
controversial, or we wouldn't all probably agree to. She just changed some wording. She
Okay, great.
said something about preserving bird habitat, and so we just changed that to wildlife, because it's a little more all-encompassing. We don't want to just focus on birds. People know why we're doing only birds and nothing else, so. Okay. Anything else on that?
That's it.
Okay, Eagle Scouts, do we need to make a motion to approve Hayden McLean's project? Because the night he was here, we didn't have a quorum, and we continued it. He's the one that's doing the upgrades well, no, he's doing the Kid Right Trail, he's doing redoing the signs, both signs at both ends of the trail, cleaning the trail, and then doing some work on the platform, just to make sure things are, I think he's gonna pressure wash it and whatever, so.
Okay.
We didn't have a quorum at the meeting of people who heard his presentation, so we couldn't approve it then, so.
He's gonna put a bench in his specimen.
That's right, bench in the specimen tree.
Presentation.
Yeah. You what?
We still haven't heard, those of us who weren't at that meeting still haven't heard the presentation.
Yeah, well, it's too late now.
It's in the minutes.
Yeah, he did a
It
nice
was
job.
great. He did a great job.
He did a nice job.
Yeah,
He was-
he did a really good job.
Yeah, so,
You can-
anyway, for those who were here for that, can I have a motion to approve Hayden's project?
Yes.
So is that motion
I
by,
move to.
okay, Kate, and second, Kathy?
Sure.
Okay,
Cat and I'll share a second.
all right, and then, any questions about Hayden's project? Basically,
Well-
that's what it is.
You can see the projects on the record.
Yeah,
I have it.
it's on the record, it's,
And he was going to do some research about some of the plants and that he would be trimming, and
Hayden.
there's some alternatives to, wasn't he gonna put, this is not the boxes.
No, that's not the box, that's the next one, that's the next one, no.
Well.
No, Haynes was pretty
But he
straightforward.
was also going to do a little research with regard to what, the kinds of plants he would be trimming back.
Yeah, you had suggested that this isn't in the minutes, but you had suggested that he contact Jen and go through.
Jen Clancy, yeah.
Walk the trail and figure out which ones were.
Or Carol. I
No,
think it was Carol.
no, she was there, but you had made a suggestion that he try to figure out which one were invasive species and which ones
Right.
weren't, and so how to deal with them and all that kind of stuff, and that she would be a good person to do
Okay.
that with, or maybe Carol would be a good person to do it with, or whatever, so,
Yeah, I think that was part of the discussion.
yeah,
right,
it
that
was,
night.
it
Okay.
was, yeah.
All right, so can I have all in favor of approval of that project, say aye?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
I'll abstain.
Anybody that wasn't here yet? No, if you weren't here, okay. Okay, the next one is Tom and Rose project. Tom was here last meeting? Right. And he discussed his project was going to be the Kanakon Sanctuary. He originally proposed barn swallow boxes.
Yes.
And after some discussion with us, Carol suggested that barn swallows would not be necessarily good because there'd be barn swallows there, so we changed it to tree swallows, right? And Carol made some recommendations on locations of the boxes. And so he's modified his project.
We did do it.
He did the modification, which I had. He went and researched the box, he got the information on the barn swallow box, or the tree swallow box, which is different. He had a different box design. This is more of almost a bluebird type box. So he's gonna build 6 of those, gonna place them around. We also asked him if he would do some trail work, because I thought that just putting up 6 boxes is certainly not an Eagle Scout project. So I met with him today, we walked the trail, and he's gonna do some removal of autumn olive in the very front of the sanctuary there. They did some of that on the last Eagle Scout project, they didn't stump everything down to the ground, they just left them sticking up.
Yeah.
So he's gonna trim all those. We flagged everything that I told him we needed to cut, which is all the autumn olive in the front. We walked the entire trail. He's gonna clean all the boardwalks. He's gonna take all the debris out of the upstream side of the boardwalk so water can flow under, and it was all dammed. Clean all the vegetation's down. There's quite a bit of brush and quite a bit of branches, and there's a couple trees down. He's gonna clear all those. And then that's pretty much it. But do that all the way around the entire trail and install the boxes in the areas that we talked about, Carol. And then we also, he and I walked through the open field area too, and I suggested some areas in there that, along the edge of the open area there. So,
Did we?
and along the marsh too, where you suggested.